For many people, substance dependence and similar compulsive behaviours begin as an attempt to self-medicate against the symptoms of trauma. The word trauma is used to describe difficult experiences and also the ongoing impact that they have on someone, which people experience as a powerful or inescapable feeling of being unsafe. Without good guidance in handling and processing difficult feelings, people can turn to compulsive behaviours and substances like drugs or alcohol in order to cope or function, using them as an all-encompassing distraction, a block on intrusive thoughts, a replacement for connection, or as a way to feel safe, or just numb. Sometimes, even perceived positive emotions can trigger the desire to self-medicate, as people who live with the impact of trauma fear that feeling good is temporary and will soon be replaced by the familiar reality of feeling bad. Trauma can be caused by a single highly traumatic event. It can build up over a long period of time as a response to repeated threats to someone's self-esteem or personal security, or in response to hearing or seeing other people's traumatic stories. It can also be caused by any combination of these things. Traumas are sometimes graded by severity, but it's unfair to compare the worst moment or period of one person's life against the worst thing that's ever happened to someone else, or to judge them by their levels of personal resilience. So it's not up to us to decide if someone deserves to feel or act the way they do. When working with someone who is carrying trauma, you might see what looks like unjustifiable aggression, or a different kind of big emotional reaction in a seemingly trivial situation. Perhaps they come across as making quite a lot of effort in order to appear happy, or are overly enthusiastic about what's going on. They may ask for help, sometimes through self-destructive or self-harming behaviours, and then at the same time push people away and refuse to follow advice. They may be suspicious of intimacy and connection, reluctant to rely too much on people who may one day leave, disappoint, or abuse them, or seeking to test their commitments, become over-reliant, and push against personal and professional boundaries. Or you may not see any unusual behaviour at all. If you suspect that someone is having a traumatic reaction during a situation you are involved with, try to view it through a trauma-informed lens, remembering that there is often a reason behind someone's challenging or unusual behaviour. Avoid using stigmatising and blaming labels like attention seeker or problem patient, and recognise that they are someone in pain, and try to do what you can to help them feel more comfortable. You don't need them to explain their trauma to you in detail. Instead, try to help ground them in the present. Ask them to focus on what's happening now and the ways in which they are safe. Ongoing professional help with trauma is about providing clear, consistent, and safe care, delivered within well-defined boundaries that allows space and time to rebuild the sense that the world is a mostly safe place, where it's okay for people to be themselves and be happy. Working with vulnerable people, we are often working with trauma. In the people who use our services and their families, in the people we work with and our families, our friends, and even ourselves. As practitioners, surrounded by the trauma of others, it's important for us to have grounding activities outside of our work environment, as well as time and space to regularly examine and process our own thoughts and feelings. Try to remember that everyone you meet or interact with could well be carrying trauma, and encourage them to feel safe in this moment through how you speak and act around them. And do the best that you can for them in the time that you have. For more information, additional advice, or for the other videos in this series, please use the QR code or visit the website shown on screen.